Hi, we are going to explain the gerunds and infinitive made by Andrew,
Irie,
Joanne.
Contents. First of all, we are going to explain form of gerund and how to use it. Then we are going to explain the verb plus gerund. Then form of infinitive and how to use it. Next, verb plus infinitive. Then verb plus gerund or infinitive, preposition plus gerund, if plus infinitive, to or enough, and but and with. Form of gerund. A gerund is a noun that has a form of an ing verb. Gerunds can be used as subject, object, gerund clauses, and so on. For example, reading is boring, and playing is fun. In both of these sentences, the gerund is used as a subject. For another example, I hate reading, and I love baking. In both of these sentences, gerund is used as an object. Lastly, eating cake is pleasant, and baking bread is fun. In both of these sentences, the gerund is used in a gerund clause.
Now I will explain verb plus gerund. A gerund is the ing form of a verb. It is used as noun. For example, walking is a gerund. It is used as the object of the verb enjoy in the following sentence. I enjoy walking in my garden. Some more examples are: it stopped raining a few minutes ago. They discussed getting a new car. I put off doing my homework. Andrew had finished studying at midnight. In these examples, the verbs are followed by gerund. Now, I will explain verb plus gerund negative forms. In the negative forms, we have to say do or did not, gerund plus gerund. For examples, I consider not going to class. I don't enjoy walking in my garden. They didn't discuss getting a new car. I didn't put off doing my homework.
Now I'm going to explain the form of the infinitive and how to use the infinitive. The form of the infinitive is to plus the simple form of the verb. The infinitive can be used when it is a direct object, adjective, adverb, and in many other ways. For an example of an infinitive as a direct object, we can say, we all want to see. In this example, to see is a direct object, and it is direct object of what we want. As an example of an infinitive as an adjective, we can say, she didn't get permission to have a sleepover with me. In this sentence, to have is the adjective because it describes what she didn't get permission for. Furthermore, the last example is using an infinitive as a verb, as an adverb. He's trying hard to understand the math questions. In this sentence, to understand is the adverb because it explains what he is trying hard to do.
Now, I will explain verb plus infinitive. Some verbs can only be followed by infinitive, not gerunds. These verbs include want, hope, decide, seem, learn, need, expect, and so on. Basically, an infinitive verb is the simple form of a verb with the word to in front of it. So, an infinitive should be to plus the simple form of a verb. An infinitive verb shouldn't have ed, ing, or s. For example, he remembered to send a fax. He promised to buy a diamond ring. I tried to learn English, but it was too hard for me. Andrew has the ability to succeed. These examples use to plus base verb. Some other examples are: some people prefer to get up early in the morning. I've decided to buy a new car. I'm planning to visit Mexico next summer. Verb plus infinitive negative forms. Here are some examples of the negative forms. I've decided not to keep my old car. I tried not to break the window, but I did. We remember not to talk when the teacher was talking. These negative sentences use not plus to plus base verb. Now I'll explain verbs plus gerund or infinitive. Some verbs are followed by either a gerund or infinitive. Usually, there is no difference in meaning. Some common words followed by either a gerund or infinitive are begin, like hate, start, love, can stand, continue. For examples, I like to drive with my family. I like driving with my family. I love to cook. I love cooking. I continue to do my homework for 2 hours. I continue doing my homework for 2 hours. These examples can use a gerund or infinitive, but the meaning is the same. Verb plus gerund or infinitive negative forms. Negative forms need to put not in or another negative word before the word. For example, I don't like to drive with my family. I don't like driving with my family. I hate to cook. I hate cooking. I can't stand going to parties where I don't know a single person. I can't stand to go to parties where I don't know a single person. In negative sentences, we can use negative verbs.
Now I'm going to explain how to use prepositions with gerunds. A preposition is followed by a gerund, not an infinitive. For example, be afraid of. I'm afraid of sleeping alone at night. In this sentence, of is a preposition and sleeping is a gerund. Apologize for. I apologize for shouting at my friend. In this sentence, for is a preposition and shouting is a gerund. Believe in. I believe in telling the truth. In this sentence, in is a preposition and telling is a gerund. Dream about. I dream about becoming a doctor. In this sentence, about is a preposition and becoming is a gerund. Feel like. I feel like watching a movie tonight. Like is a preposition and watching is a gerund. Be good at. He is good at studying. At is the preposition and studying is a gerund. Insist on. My friend insists on coming to my house after school. In this sentence, on is a preposition and coming is a gerund. Look forward to. I'm looking forward to eating dinner with my parents. In this sentence, to is preposition and eating is a gerund. Now I'm going to explain how to use it plus infinitive to give advice or an explanation to someone. The form is it is plus adjective plus for someone plus infinitive phrase. The first example is you should study hard. We can change the sentence to use it plus infinitive. Then it will be it is important for you to study hard. The second example is a dog can't talk. If we change this to it plus infinitive, then it will be it is impossible for a dog to talk. The last example is the child usually can't sit still for a long time. We can change the sentence to it is difficult for a child to sit still for a long time.
To is a word that expresses more than we need. For example, you had too many noodles. In this sentence, it explains someone had too many noodles. For another example, too much studying is bad for your health. To explains that studying more than someone can handle is a bad thing. Lastly, it's too much money, I can't afford it. To explains that something costs more money than someone can afford. Enough is a word that expresses less or just the right amount. For example, this is not enough. You should put more details in your essay. Not enough explains that their essay is not complete and they need more details. For another example, that's enough work. You can go home now. Enough explains that someone did just right amount of work. For another example, he is strong enough to lift up this table. By is used when we are explaining who did something or how something happened. For example, the paper was cut by him, or that story was written by her. And lastly, Stitch was made by Disney. These examples explain who did something. For another example, he got an A on his essay by working hard on it. And she learned how to ride a bicycle by practicing. These are examples how something happened. With is used when we are explaining what someone used to do something. For example, he cut the paper with scissors, and she wrote the story with her pencil. Lastly, Disney made Stitch with computer animation. The difference is by explains who or how, and with explains what someone used to do something.
Thank you for listening to our grammar presentation.